What if Stefano DiMera's most dangerous move was not made while he was alive, but hidden inside the final words he left behind? This week on Days of Our Lives, Salem is stepping into a storm built from secrets, inheritance, family bloodlines, medical fears, young love, and revenge. At the center of it all is the DiMera mansion, where one reading may not simply divide money or power. It may expose a mystery Stefano wanted buried until the perfect moment. So let's break it all down, because this may be the week where one letter, one diagnosis, and one unexpected return change everything. The DiMera mansion has seen power struggles before, but Stefano's reading feels different because this is not just about money, shares, or property. This feels like a final test. Stefano DiMera never treated family business like ordinary business. To him, inheritance was never simply a reward. It was a weapon. It was a way to expose loyalty, punish betrayal, and remind everyone that even after death, his influence could still control the room. That is why Theo Carver being named executor is such a fascinating twist. Theo is not the obvious choice if Stefano wanted chaos. EJ would expect control. Kristen would fight for it. Other DiMeras would see the position as power. But Theo brings something different. He has DiMera blood, but he is not driven by the same ruthless hunger that defines the family. He is connected to Stefano's legacy without being completely swallowed by it. By choosing Theo, Stefano may have removed control from the people who expected it most. He may have forced EJ, Kristen, and the rest of the family to stand back and listen to someone they cannot easily bully, manipulate, or dismiss. It is a clever move because Theo's calmness becomes its own kind of power. But the real danger may not be Theo's role. It may be the sealed letter. A codicil can change legal terms, but a letter can change emotional reality. If Stefano left behind an explanation, a confession, or a hidden instruction, then this gathering could turn from a will reading into a family reckoning. The DiMeras may walk in expecting assets and authority, but Stefano may have prepared something much more personal. Because with Stefano, the question is never just, who gets what? The real question is, what secret did he save for the perfect moment? Marlena Evans being named as a surprise beneficiary is not just unexpected. It is deeply unsettling. Because Stefano and Marlena's history was never simple. It was obsession, control, fear, fascination, and emotional damage wrapped into one of Salem's most complicated connections. So if Stefano deliberately placed Marlena in his will, that choice cannot be brushed off as random. For Marlena, this could reopen a door she would rather keep shut. She has spent years surviving the shadow Stefano cast over her life, and now, even after his death, his name is pulling her back into another mystery. That alone makes the situation uncomfortable. But the bigger question is why? Why would Stefano leave anything to Marlena? Was it guilt? Was it obsession? Was it a final message? Or was he trying to reveal something that could not be spoken while he was alive? That is where the long-lost child speculation becomes so explosive. Even if the truth turns out to be more complicated, the idea itself is enough to shake the room. A secret child connected to Stefano and Marlena would not just affect Marlena. It would affect John's memory, her family, the DiMera bloodline, and the entire emotional history of Salem. And that may be Stefano's real victory. He does not need to appear in the room to control it. He only needs to leave behind one name, one clue, one possibility that makes everyone question the past. For Marlena, accepting whatever Stefano left behind may feel impossible, but ignoring it could be even more dangerous. If that letter contains answers about her life, her family, or a secret Stefano buried for decades, then Marlena may have no choice but to face the one ghost she never wanted to hear from again. While the DiMeras are focused on Stefano's final instructions, Gabby Hernandez may be preparing a move that could completely disrupt the room. If Gabby can prove the divorce papers tied to Stefan were forged, then she may have a powerful argument to claim Stefano DiMera's inheritance. And that would instantly change the tone of the gathering. This would no longer be just Stefano's family dividing his legacy. It would become a fight over whether Stefan's widow was cheated out of what should have been hers. That is why Gabby's timing matters. She knows the DiMeras are already on edge. EJ may be watching for threats. Kristen may be defensive. Theo may be trying to keep control. Everyone in that mansion is already waiting for the next surprise. So if Gabby walks in with proof, she is not just making a claim. She is striking when the family is vulnerable. And Gabby understands leverage better than most. She does not need everyone to like her. She only needs the facts to be strong enough that they cannot ignore her. If the divorce was manipulated, then Gabby can argue that her connection to Stefan was never legally erased. That gives her a reason to fight, not only for money, but for recognition. Still, this move could make her a target fast. EJ may see Gabby as an outsider trying to steal DiMera assets. Kristen may assume she is using Stefan's memory for personal gain. Other family members may resent the idea of Gabby walking away with anything tied to the DiMera fortune. But from Gabby's point of view, this may be about more than greed. Stefan was her husband. If someone forged documents to cut her out, then her claim becomes personal. It becomes about betrayal. It becomes about proving that Stefan's legacy cannot be rewritten by someone else's scheme. And that is what makes this storyline dangerous. Gabby may enter the mansion with paperwork, but she could leave with enemies on every side. Because in the DiMera world, claiming an inheritance is never just a legal move. It is a declaration of war. Just when Stefano's will reading seems strange enough, there may be one twist that could eclipse every inheritance battle in the room. Lexi Carver. If Lexi truly awakens and emerges from a secret passageway, this would not be just another DiMera shock. It would hit Salem on a deeply emotional level, especially for Abe and Theo. For Abe, Lexi is not simply part of his past. She is a love he grieved, a life he was forced to continue without, and a wound that time may have softened but never fully erased. So if Lexi suddenly appears, Abe's first reaction may not be joy. It may be disbelief, then confusion, then pain, because a return like this does not only bring someone back, it also reopens every question that grief once buried. Where has Lexi been? Who kept her hidden? Was she protected, trapped, manipulated, or preserved as part of another DiMera secret? And most importantly, did Stefano know? That last question could change everything. Theo being named executor already feels meaningful, but Lexi's possible return would make his role even more personal. He may no longer be just carrying out Stefano's instructions. He may be standing at the center of a mystery involving his own mother. And that is where the DiMera angle becomes powerful. Lexi always lived between two identities, the warmth of the Carver family and the darkness of the DiMera bloodline. If she returns now, during Stefano's will drama, it may suggest that her story was never fully separated from her father's final plan. Whether Lexi appears immediately or the show only plants clues, the message is clear. Stefano's secrets may not be buried. They may be waiting for the right door to open. While the DiMera mansion deals with legacy and buried secrets, Chanel's storyline brings a completely different kind of tension, quieter, more personal, and possibly more heartbreaking. Chanel may receive biopsy results that support her doctor's earlier fears, and if the lump is confirmed as cancerous, her entire world could shift in one conversation. That is what makes this storyline so heavy. There is no villain to confront, no scheme to expose, no enemy to outsmart. There is only fear, uncertainty, and the terrifying wait for what comes next. For Chanel, this may be the moment when staying strong becomes difficult. She has been through emotional storms before, but a health crisis attacks someone in a different way. It can make even the strongest person feel powerless. Chanel may try to protect Johnny from the full weight of her fear. She may smile when she wants to cry. She may insist she can handle it, even when the diagnosis shakes her from the inside. That is why Johnny's role matters. He cannot solve this with DiMera confidence. He cannot argue it away or protect her through force. What Chanel needs from him is presence, steady, honest, patient support. After everything they have survived, this could become a defining moment for their marriage. If Johnny stands firmly beside her, their bond may deepen in a way drama alone could never create. But if his own fear overwhelms him, Chanel could feel even more alone. This storyline may not be loud, but it could be one of the most emotional parts of the week. Because sometimes the most devastating scenes are not built around secrets exploding. They are built around one person quietly asking, "What happens now?" Ari Horton's growing connection with Liam Sellico may seem like a young romance at first, but in Salem, even a first kiss can carry consequences. For Ari, Liam may feel exciting because he represents independence. He is not part of Gabby's rules, warnings, or control. He may make Ari feel seen in a way that pushes her to trust her own emotions. And once that first kiss happens, Ari may believe she is stepping into something real, something that belongs to her, not her mother. But Gabby will likely see it very differently. Gabby's reaction may not come from simple overprotectiveness. She has lived through betrayal, manipulation, dangerous love, and choices that looked harmless before they became disasters. So when she sees Ari getting closer to someone she does not trust, Gabby may panic because she knows how quickly emotions can blind people. That is what makes this conflict more layered. Ari may feel judged. Gabby may feel ignored. Neither of them may be completely wrong. Ari wants space to grow up and make her own decisions. Gabby wants to stop her daughter from walking into pain she might not recognize yet. The problem is that the harder Gabby pushes, the more Ari may pull away. And if Liam becomes the person Ari turns to when she feels misunderstood at home, then Gabby's warnings could accidentally make that bond stronger. So the kiss is not just a romantic beat. It is the spark for a bigger question. Can Gabby guide Ari without making her feel trapped? Because if mother and daughter stop listening to each other, Liam may not be the real danger. The distance between them may be. The week also brings a more unpredictable kind of danger through Kristen, Xander, and Amy Choi, three people who know how quickly emotions can become weapons. First, Xander getting pulled into Kristen DiMera's orbit is never a casual detail. Kristen does not usually enter a storyline without secrets attached, and Xander is not known for calm decision-making when pressure builds. That combination could be messy fast. Kristen is strategic, but she is also emotional. Xander can be protective, impulsive, and reckless when he feels cornered. If they are tied together by a secret, a favor, or a shared problem, the situation may start small before turning dangerous. Kristen may think she can control the outcome. Xander may think he can handle the risk. But both of them have histories that prove control can disappear quickly in Salem. Then there is Amy Choi, whose revenge mission may become even more serious. Amy may believe she is defending Sophia by making her enemies pay, especially Holly Jonas. But if cyberbullying charges are looming, this could move beyond personal anger and into legal consequences. Holly could face public accusation, reputational damage, and emotional pressure even before the full truth is sorted out. That is what makes Amy dangerous right now. Her grief and anger may be understandable, but her judgment may not be clear. When someone is convinced they are fighting for justice, they can justify almost anything. And Salem has seen this pattern before. A parent's pain becomes a mission. A mission becomes an attack. And suddenly, the people caught in the middle are not just dealing with hurt feelings, they are dealing with accusations that could change their futures. So while Stefano's will may dominate the mansion, revenge is spreading elsewhere. Kristen may bring the secrets. Xander may bring the chaos. Amy may bring the blame. And by the end of the week, Salem may be dealing with more than one explosion. So the week of May 11th on Days of Our Lives is not just setting up one major reveal. It is building several pressure points at once. Stefano's will may expose secrets from the past. Theo's new power could change the DiMera family structure. Marlena's connection may open a mystery no one is ready for. Gabby may launch a fight that shakes the inheritance battle. Chanel may face heartbreaking medical news. Ari may step into a romance that puts her at odds with Gabby. And Amy Choi may turn grief into revenge. The biggest question now is simple. Did Stefano leave Salem one final gift, or one final trap? Because if this will reading is only the beginning, then the DiMera mansion may be hiding much more than money. It may be hiding the truth that changes Salem forever.